Hello, hello. I didn't have I did I had the mic on mute again like I always do. It tells you that it's been a while since I've streamed obviously. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I decided to do it today. So this is just a stream of us, chit-chatting, relaxing, all cool and all, having a good time. I just want to do like a stream where, I'm just kind of talking with you guys and letting you know kind of what's been going on, what we've been doing, and things like that, and to say hello to everybody that obviously, because we haven't been streaming on a normal basis like we've been doing obviously over the past year. So this is mainly just for what does he call it, brevity, to show you guys what I've been up to, kind of what we've been doing, and that I'm still here, and that all of that good stuff. So that's what this is right here. um so yeah. um do I have a stream deck? No, I don't have a stream deck. Is it worth it? I do think it's probably worth it to have a stream deck if you can afford it, of course, because the stream deck would be really cool to have, to be able to play some of your Steam games while you're sitting on the couch downstairs, or while you're taking a poo, or you're you're in bed or something. You want to relax, with the comfort of having the blanket on you, and you want to play video games. So yeah, I do think that the it would be worth it in that case. I would definitely say yes, it would be worth it. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys. It's been a little while, and let you guys know what I've been up to and things. My setup has had to change, obviously, because of my TV right there that broke. I don't know where to put it now. It's just like kind of a big waste of space. Where do you take a 55-inch TV like that no longer works? You just can't take it out to the dump. So I mean, it's like I'm trying to think. I don't even know where to begin on where to put that. Um, you played Star Wars Fallen Order to completion using my guide and doing the same for Uncharted 4. Awesome. Thank you. That actually brings a warmness to my heart, knowing that someone else was able to, I love the fact when people watch and just they're watching and having a good time, even if they don't end up playing the game that I'm covering or something like that. But it means even more to me when I hear people say, I used your guide, or your guide helped me in one way or another, or something like that. So that's the real fulfillment that I get from doing those. No, even knowing that just one person out there was able to accomplish a platinum on something, or playing a game and beating it, because that's what I'm here for. This is what we do. This is what we love, and that makes me feel really good. So thank you for that, Cobra. Um, so everybody knows, I mean, I've been working super, super deep and hard on on AC Shadows. As you can see here, these are like the photos that I've been doing. Uh, I'll show off one of them. Like, say, here's part 5 photo. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So I took a lot of time to go into thinking about what is going to make the best thumbnail for the Assassin's Creed Shadows walkthrough. And I've kind of settled on this style right here. I know it's my old style, or my technical style, that I've been using for a while now, but I've made it a little bit more simple. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. I mean, the parts say that it's big enough. A little picture on the side, 100% walkthrough. See timestamps for the missions, because all the timestamps are going to be inside the missions. Yeah. So I really, really, I do like what I've done with these. So hopefully you guys will enjoy these ones as well. As you can see, just showing a few of them off. And then this is what number 1, that's part 6. Hold on. Trying to see where number 1 would, well, okay, maybe you don't see number 1 on here. I guess it would be down here. That's what it used to look like. So that's what the original thumbnail for Assassin's Creed Shadows was going to look like, this. But then I decided that it doesn't suit my needs, because it's not letting people know that to look at I want people to know to look at the timestamps, because people are going to come in and watch and see that I'm doing things outside of the missions, and they might be like, I only want to watch someone play the missions. So I want to make sure people know that if you want to watch the missions, then, you know, check out the timestamps and stuff. So that's why I put that in there. But I don't remember. Yeah, so that was the old one that I was using, and then I changed it over to the new one. So, but yeah. You like how you keep evolving the channel over the years with stealth, a number of things. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing that, you know, you do something for so long, especially when you do a genre like stealth. I mean, it's just one of those types of genres that you can get into it. And then once you've played it and once you've done that game and you've like beat a horse to death, you know, essentially. And it just, man, it's like, I don't want to beat a dead. I'm going to turn these off. You don't need to really see that's from our old Lost in the Dam playthrough that we already finished. But I don't want to beat a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to play the same games over and over and over and over again. As much as I love playing stealth games and all that kind of stuff, but playing them over and over and over again, man, it really wears on you through time and stuff. And it just, you're just like, you know, I want to move on to something else. And that's why I like how, you know, I still want to do stealth games, but I want to do stealth games that are coming out now, as opposed to continually rehash the same games over and over again and stuff. Unique perspective to walkthroughs, like alternate ways or doing something. I mean, yeah, that'd be something to do as well. Like, you know, doing like Predator style runs in Splinter Cell. That's something I could get into, but to do the old stealth things again, and like, you got to move on from that at some point. You know, I love where this channel's come from, but if you remember, for those of you that have been here a long time, or maybe they don't really remember or know, but what's up, Flame? We started not with stealth games, just with games. I mean, the first game we did on this channel was Dante's Inferno, and then the next game was Aliens versus Predator, then Heavy Rain, and then Splinter Cell, you know, Conviction when that came out. So this channel never started out as a 100% stealth channel. It's just that once stealth has always been my favorite genre, and it just so happened that we had so many great games to cover in the stealth genre series over the years, and all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed, you know, playing all the Splinter Cell games. I hope they come out with the new Splinter Cell. I want that game to come. I really hope it does. So I hope that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be successful enough to give Ubisoft a warm and fuzzy to say, we'll keep, you know, Splinter Cell going, because I want there to be new stealth games. And I just saw the trailer for a brand new Styx game that's coming. It was just a CGI trailer. It didn't show any gameplay or anything like that. But I mean, if it's gameplay like the first two, then we already know what we're getting. But it looks like it's going to have a more magical element to it with some powers and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully it'll be something really cool and something fun. So definitely, you know, be staying tuned to this channel for more information on the new Styx game when it comes. And obviously we'll do a walkthrough of that when it comes out. See, those types of games are 100% tailored for walkthroughs. The Styx games, right? For instance, because they're linear levels, right? At least that's how the previous two have been. I don't know if this next one's going to be or not, but it's a specific, you know, like a singular area level, and then you are free to move around that level, do what you want and stuff. Those games are really tailored to what I love, which is, you know, that type of gameplay. See, I just feel like there's so many open world games today that it becomes so like, I don't know, you're just like every open world game feels the same nowadays, you know, and there are those few that step up above and beyond that, you know, games like Red Dead Redemption series, or games like the Grand Theft Auto series, or, you know, in some cases the Assassin's Creed series. Now the Assassin's Creed series for me has been hit and miss over the last few years. I really, really like back in, I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in 2017, I think it was, when they announced, like Assassin's Creed Origins and all of that stuff, I was so deep into AC at that point. I was probably at the height of my fandom for AC, because at that point we were all getting stale of the old Assassin's Creed formula. We were ready for a change, because every game had been pretty much the same. Um, just a new area, but I mean, the formula hadn't changed at all. And sometimes you have to change the formula, you have to reinvent, you have to keep moving forward. You don't want to stay stale in a series. And when Origins came, and I remember Ubisoft invited me out to their events. I did for E3. I played hours and hours, and I remember telling Ubisoft, they'd, so the way Ubisoft does their things, and this is not like breaking any embargo or anything, but the way they used to do their things was that, you get invited to an event, and you'd sit, and there'd usually be a time, right? You'd have a time, like say this group of creators or journalists are going to come in, from to the studios from like 12 to 4, and then the next group would come in from 4 to 8, or maybe it would be on a Friday, then the next group would come in on Saturday 12 to 4, so they would split it up with different groups, coming in. And I always remember when I would go on these trips and I would say, listen, I'm, the biggest fan. Is there a way that I can be in both groups? I want to play as much as possible and record as much as I could so I could show off the game. And I remember when Origins came out, I was just in heaven. I was like, this was an amazing take on the series. I love this new direction that they were going in with Origins. And I think Origins is the pinnacle of that new direction. I really felt the first one they did was, not too overly RPG, but at the same time, not too like, they didn't stray away too much. And since it was Origins, it actually felt like, okay, this is the origins of Assassin's Creed. So that felt really cool. And it was a story that I wanted to know. So it felt really good. And then they went the next year, I think it wasn't it like the next year? It was like another, and they made another game, Odyssey, right? And I remember, going, I did so much content for Origins. If you go over my content for Origins, we did that whole Let's Play, but I also did like 20 to 30 videos of preview events that I did before the game even came out. So I was really, really excited. And I had a lot of viewers at that point wanting to see Assassin's Creed. So it was like so popular and everything was so good. Then the next year, everyone's excited about what are they going to do to change? What are they going to do to keep it fresh with Odyssey? And I remember I was invited to a New York event. It was wasn't the first time I think I've been to New York, but it was as far as like a gaming thing. I've been to New York many times, but as far as a gaming event, I went to New York. That's where they were doing the Odyssey event. And I remember playing it and I was like, okay, this is cool. We got two different characters, male and female. We can choose who we want to be. And the other one was going to be the other person's brother or sister. And I thought that was a cool story element or whatever. And then I was like, wow, this looks really good. But then when I was playing it, I was like, the gameplay is so good and refined, but it's moving in a direction that I just felt like Assassin's Creed. I don't know. It started to not feel like Assassin's Creed. I was like, why are these characters here? Like, none of these characters are actually assassins. This doesn't make any sense. This is literally set, so many years before Origins. And if Origin is the origin, then how can you have Odyssey? What is Odyssey? The pre-origin? It's like, I didn't understand it. And the thing was that the Greek mythology was like my favorite mythology. So I was so excited to get into this mythos of the Greek mythology and everything. And it was really, really cool, getting to do the Battle of 300 with Leonidas and all that stuff. And that was really, really cool. And I really enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed, the characters. I thought that Cassandra and Alexios were good characters. but it started to stray away from what I felt Assassin's Creed really was, because it didn't feel like Assassin's Creed. It was kind of like Black Flag in a way, but whereas Assassin's Creed Black Flag was essentially used to give you a reason to feel like a pirate. You know, I'm trying to picture an assassin as a pirate, and you know, they're trying to tell a story, and they fit it in pretty good, and we can almost subjectively agree. You know, obviously, you know, some people might not agree, but Assassin's Creed Black Flag, a lot of people would agree that it's one of the top Assassin's Creed games, even though technically, a lot of people also say at the same time where it feels like it's more of a pirate game and less of an Assassin's Creed game. You know, they changed the formula up a little bit. They started going, you know, a way different. You know, you had boats, you had, you know, a lot of your gameplay was going across the sea and doing things like that. And I loved it. When Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, I was livid. Hey, we're just chatting, Chasen. Right now, we're just talking about the Assassin's Creed series. I absolutely loved Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I was when the series was really, really great. But there was a lot of people out there that were just kind of like, this doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. Well, when Odyssey came out, I kind of felt that, you know, where Odyssey was like, why are they telling the story of so many years before the Origins? And it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And then when Valhalla came out, I mean, I remember the first event that I did. It was I believe it was a remote event? I think, because I can't remember if it was remote or not, but remote event meaning that you sat here at my house and played an online version of the game, meaning that I'm streaming the game. Which one meant that I can only stream it in 1080, so I couldn't play it in 4K like on a PC or something. It was streaming whatever the PC was, you know, thousands of miles away. So you get a little bit of lag, so you get pissed off on some things because of that. Even if you have a great connection, streaming games is still kind of laggy. But Valhalla just didn't, like, I don't know, it didn't set excuse me, it didn't set well with me. Like, I remember started playing it, and I was the initial excitement was like, okay, all right, I hope it's good. Let's see what they do with the Vikings there. This could be interesting, you know, assassins with Vikings. You know, it takes place a little bit closer to the time of Assassin's Creed 1, you know, mythology wise, just like 100 or 200 or something like close to that years before Assassin's Creed 1. Because I believe Vikings take place in either 800s or the 900s, somewhere around in there, and whereas Assassin's Creed 1 takes place in the 1100s. So, you know, closer to that time period, it would be cool to experience, you know, Europe and the EU and around that area and stuff, but there was just something about the way the character moved. It was straight on RPG at this point. The progression scale was stupid. I did not like it, like, at all, because it was just these mind-numbing upgrades over and over again, infinity, and it just kept going and going and going, and you would get a few, you know, abilities and stuff like that or whatever, but you would just keep constantly upgrading. You know, you're a little bit more powerful with this weapon now, or you're a little bit more, you know, defensively, you know, and it was like so big. The world was so big. And it just was something that I was not into as much. And I knew that from the moment I first started playing it. And I was at a state of like, what has the series turned into? I'm not feeling this series anymore. You know what I mean? And so I was trying to get excited about it, you know, because I like to give every game a fair shot when I play it, you know? So I was trying to be like, all right, let's see how it is. Let's get into it. And then I didn't feel it, man. It just felt like it went on and on and on. And then they started doing DLC for it, and all the DLC was all mythical and all this other stuff. And it just didn't make sense in the historical part. And I was just like, they're going too far. They're losing the roots in its actual history aspect. And they're going too like, fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, they started doing that in Origins, where, you know, you had like the Curse of the Pharaohs and all that kind of stuff, and you had this big boss fight with the Pharaoh and all that. I could stand it at the time just because it was new and it was like, you know, they're doing a little something different. But then, when it started happening more and more and more with its DLCs for the next games, it just didn't sit right with me, and it just didn't feel like Assassin's Creed. Then, so I never finished Valhalla. I never. I mean, I don't even. It's probably a good idea to see how many of Valhalla videos that I actually even did, because I'm kind of interested myself to see what I've done for Valhalla. So I'm going to look this up real quick, and I'm going to see what I've done in Assassin's Creed. So you go over to my playlists. I'll show you this in just a second. All right, so we're on my channel here. And I'll hit F11. That way it looks more full screen here. So you can see, like, this is something you guys can always do whenever you want to know if I've covered a game or if I've done something on the channel, because I have so many videos in this vast library of videos that I've done over my entire time where I have not put them in a playlist. So maybe I've done a one-off video here and there for something. So if there's a game that you'd like to know if I've covered, then you just type it in on the main page over here on the far right, and then you can do it. So see, I even used to do info for Assassin's Creed, trying to get excited about it, trying to see what was going to happen. I mean, it did okay, 18K views, world premiere trailer, or whatever that, what must have been the event that had 25. And then I had somewhat of a walkthrough. I wouldn't really call it a real walkthrough because I never finished it. That's another problem I've had over the years of my YouTube career, of course. But when I get bored, my ADHD really, really kicks in, and it's so hard for me to finish something because there's two things that can happen when that happens. Either I'm not enjoying the game and I'm getting really bored of it, or another game has come out that's taken my total attention up, ADHD, how like you quickly move on to something else. Or maybe the views weren't as good as I was hoping they were going to be. And I was like, well, we got to cut our losses and try to move on and do something else. So, yeah. But either way, we did a bunch of parts. I even did some videos for the Discovery Tour, which I always loved the Discovery Tour. I don't think Assassin's Creed Shadows, honestly, is going to have a Discovery Tour. And the reason I say that is because they've put a lot of information into the history of the game in this game already. So that leads me to believe that they're probably not taking the time to do the Discovery Tour anymore. But you could see all the videos that I did for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I mean, there was still quite a bunch, some streams. I mean, that's a decent amount of views, and this was streamed, of course, because once the game started getting that big, it just did not make any more. It didn't make any sense to do them in walkthroughs and it's almost the same for Shadows. Like I feel like Shadows is well more placed for live streams to platinum as opposed to straight up videos. But the only problem is I got the game so early, and I don't want to sit on the game and know that I got it early. I can put it out early and then wait until I can stream. I feel like that's a waste why give me the game early if I don't do something with it during that time? So I was like, I'll make it into videos. So I hope the videos will be popular because, this format of a game is way more tailored for live streams because of how open world it is and stuff like that. So, there's all kinds of things to do you're going to notice too in my videos where, we're heading on our way to a mission, and, as I'm going through the environment, because it takes a while to get there because this is a huge open world, I get distracted, and then, here's a cave, and now we've got a layer that we're going to do in between that. So that's why it's very important for you to make sure you look at the timestamps to know when I'm starting missions and stuff, because I get sidetracked a lot because there's just so much to do, and we have to do everything because we are doing the platinum. But I can tell you this, I can tell you that Assassin's Creed's back, and it feels so much better than the previous ones. I just say that. I don't want to go any more deeper than that until you get to embargo date, but people are going to be happy. Okay. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out. I kind of lost a lot of love for the series. So then I started going over the series older, and started to do platinums and stuff like that. So that's why, we remember my walkthrough that I did for Assassin's Creed 1. Let's see if that comes out. Just put Assassin's Creed. Yeah. Here's all this shows up all my walkthroughs, of course. Where is the actual one I'm talking about? I just have so many Assassin's Creed videos. I mean, like, you can't even get to that walkthrough. It's showing every other game except for Assassin's Creed 1. Now, I don't think I can put 1 in the title. Did I? I guess so. I guess I did put 1 in the title. So right here, you can see right here. Remember when I did this? This was 7 years ago, folks. I can't believe how long ago that was. I did because I never done Assassin's Creed 1 before in a walkthrough format, so because my channel didn't start till after this game was already released and done. So, 7 years ago, I went back and we did a proper walkthrough of it. So I really, really enjoyed that. I think I've heard something about them doing a remake. I don't remember if that's 100% true or not. I think it should happen. I think if there's any Assassin's Creed game that needs to be remade, it's this one. This is the one. Because every other Assassin's Creed game still holds up today, except that one. So that was the one I think they need to do a remake for. I've heard rumors of the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, and I'm excited for it when it comes. But I really feel that if there was one Assassin's Creed game that needs to be remade, it's going to be Assassin's Creed 1. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Jug. Yeah, that one. Now, Assassin's Creed Mirage brought the series back kind of to its roosts, and I think they did a good job. I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Mirage. I liked the length. I felt that it had exactly what I needed when it comes to side content. Nothing too much. Where just so you guys know, Shadows is back to the old format of having a lot, and it's massive. So there's so many things to do, so many side content missions, things to pick up, collectibles. Yeah, you can say that. All that kind of stuff. All that's back. So, some people like that. Some people might not. It's not like Mirage where they were like, we're going to tell a finite story, 20 hours long and then maybe 10 hours of side content. No, this is like a 40-hour story with 40 hours of side content. So there's a lot. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. Oh, you guys remember 7 years ago, I did I had a series that I tried out, and I did a few videos on this. The videos that I remember doing, I did one for Uncharted when I was going over. They were called like making a walkthrough, where I would show you how I went through my Uncharted walkthrough that I did, a long time ago. I think I also did one for Resident Evil 0, where I showed you what I did for making a walkthrough, how I edited my videos for Resident Evil 0. I did one, obviously, for Assassin's Creed here. So I showed, the steps that I went through in creating. Like, I have so many really cool videos out there, and there's so many playlists that you guys probably don't even have an idea or clue about. So I definitely recommend you guys at one point just to go to my main channel page when you're bored and just type in a game. Just type in something that you have no clue whether or not I've covered in my lifetime, and you'll be pleasantly surprised at the different things that I have done. Like, I have a series where, what was it called? It was called, I think it was called Name That Game. Now, that's from a long time ago, 9 years ago. And there's actually quite a bit. There's 13 videos in this playlist. And this is a playlist you guys would probably, anybody that's newer, probably has no idea about. So this series is where we go through an older game, and you need to figure out what game that is. Some of them are going to be easy. Some of them will be a little bit harder. So that's a really fun, if you're just wanting to search through some content, you're bored one day or something like that, check out my name that game series. I just remember coming it up with it on one day. I was like, I want to try a new series and this will be fun. I like how I say name that game, and then I say, may the force be with you. I wonder if it's a Star Wars game or not. Then, cryptic titles, Ice, Clean Up the Streets, The Ultimate Ball Fighter, Heroes in a Half Shell, Pedal to the Metal, Stealth Action, The Future, Do I Smell Part 3 coming? I have no idea. Split. I have some crazy titles here. Luke, Murderer. I got to see what this one.
What's up, ladies and gents?
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. I wonder if anybody could tell me what this game is. That was when I just did that was a very short one. It was only 1 minute and 14 seconds long. I think I made them a little bit longer in some of them instances. But check out this series. I mean, I think it'd be fun. I would love to see your guys' comments on it. But I don't want to spoil it on what it is. No, it's not Mafia. But that's kind of fun. Can't you go back? Yes, you can. Okay. Let's see. What other things have I done? I've done a lot of like channel updates videos in the past. I don't do a lot of updates anymore, or haven't done a lot of channel updates in a very long time. But I used to do these all the time. I mean, here's what to expect from E3 2014. COVID update plus ER visit. Ooh, what happened there? Some Star Citizen videos. Oh gosh, I'd love to go back over some of these old Star Citizen. Look at that young strain from 5 years ago. We lost our verification. Oh god, I got to click on that.
What's up, ladies and gents? Illustrator One, your host, and welcome to another channel update. It seems like the only time I ever come out with a channel update these days is because something just doesn't go.
Now look at me and then look at him.
Today's topic that we're discussing
I'm so much older.
YouTube's new policy change on verification. Now, in the long run, the first thing I'm going to put out there is that this doesn't really mean, like, it's not going to be detrimental to my channel or anything. It's not going to keep me from you guys being able to watch me or anything like that. That's not what this is. It means something much.
So this location that I was at, this was when I was a Facebook partner. What year was this? Yep, I was a Facebook partner during this time. So, I'd bought a house because I had an actual salary job with Facebook, which was really cool. But we lost that when COVID hit. So we had to get rid of the house. So I couldn't afford the house anymore. So then we moved to where I'm currently at now, which is why, that house was really nice. I really enjoyed the house, but we were living above the means that we could afford anymore once we lost Facebook. So, you get chances to, that might have been the only chance during my life that I was able to make enough money to live good and comfortably. So, I don't take anything for granted. I look back at every single moment of my life and cherish the memories that I had in all those places. But, yeah, you can see here, I was like, come watch. Now I still have my Facebook live stream. I still have over 40,000 followers over on Facebook, even though, I have not, I'm still wearing the same glasses. I was wearing those glasses 10 years before that. So I've had these glasses here. These are my Army, they're not the old original Coke bottle BCGs, but these were at the time 2010-ish, I think, or so. These were the BCGs for that time period. BCGs are the equivalent to, if you guys remember back in the day, you'd have these big brown, and we called them Coke bottle glasses. That's what the Army would give you if you were, in a combat zone or something, and you needed to wear glasses to be able to see and things, because you couldn't just use civilian eyewear. So you would get something like this. And I've had these now gosh, over 15 years, somewhere around in there. So I've been using these for quite a while. Now, I also had another pair of glasses that were my civilian. I stopped using my civilian ones, I want to say around 2017 or 2016. So anything before 2016, I always wore my civilian and only wore these when I was doing military training and stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's one there. And then there were some times where, there were a lot of times too, where I felt like I didn't want to wear glasses. Like I wanted, so like here in this instance, like I'm not wearing glasses. Now this is 8 years ago. This was filmed 2016. So this was when I just got out of the Army active and I had not yet signed into my National Guard unit yet. We had just moved from Fort Knox. That was my last active duty station. And this was a new house that we were in at that time. We rented, of course. I didn't buy my first house until that previous house you just saw. That was the first house I'd ever bought. So I remember during this time, it was a weird time, because I didn't have the Army to wake up to every morning at that time. So it was very different and weird, because when you had spent the last 15, 16 years of your life waking up every day at 4 or 5 a.m., and working like almost every single day. And I was doing YouTube and everything on the side. So, yeah. Did you stop doing AC Unity in the end, or is it on hold? Oh, yeah. It's just I still have my videos for AC Unity. I just haven't done any in a while because I'm right now focused on getting shadows. But AC Unity is still happening, and I still got videos. I'm still going to be getting together with Green Team Captain and Vic to do the multiplayer. Where we've got a platinum thing series that I'm not gonna put that out until it's done. It's just I've been focusing, like I said, on Assassin's Creed Shadows right now, and then once we have that done, then I can start up again and get AC Unity done and have those ready for everybody. I'm also kind of holding off a little bit. The reason being is because they just did the update for Assassin's Creed Syndicate to have 60 FPS, and if you guys remember, we did a platinum on the PlayStation 4 for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We did it right before the update came out, so that was unfortunate because now it's 60 FPS and it updated to 4K. So I was really pissed about that. So we're kind of waiting a little bit to see if Ubisoft does the same thing for Assassin's Creed Unity. And if they update the PlayStation version. Right now I'm playing the PC version. They just added Steam achievements, I believe, for Assassin's Creed Unity. So that's really good too. But yeah, so those are some of the reasons why. Oh man, we used to do some Rock Band streams. I used to do things where I would like do a little like, hey, I'm live now over on Twitch, come and check it out. And then I'd have like a Rock Band stream or something like that. It's just so funny to see some of these old videos, you know. I remember we were so excited about Starfield. You guys remember that? I was starting to do little news videos on Starfield because I was getting really excited. And I loved Starfield. I loved it. I thought it was a great game. It got so much hate, unwarranted in my opinion. But Starfield I thought was a great game. Hogwarts was you guys remember when we did Hogwarts? I would love to do a platinum for Hogwarts at some point. It was so popular and made so much money that I know that they're currently making the next one. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Trying to see what else. Oh, so here is the monitor that broke. So, okay. So, you know, you see the TV down there that broke. And then I tried to, you know, I had in the closet in the other room, I had my monitor that I hadn't used in years. And it's this monitor right here. Well, you don't see this. Up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, unfortunately, I guess I don't show the actual monitor in this one. I just show you the gameplay for 3440 by 14. But that's that's what the actual monitor looked like. It was a big white Samsung monitor, this one right here. And then it broke, split down the screen as soon as I tried to place it on my desk. So yeah, right now I'm using my guest room's TV to play the games on. It no longer has HDMI 2.1 because this is TV is like from 2018. So and then I've got that monitor that I got last year, and I'm using that as the second monitor, which I'm looking at everything on here right now. I just have so many random videos. You know, I've never been consistent when it comes to how I release videos or what I do. It's just if I feel like making a video, or like today, if I feel like live streaming, I'm live streaming, you know. I've been working so hard every single day, getting up early to record as much footage of Assassin's Creed Shadows as I can. And I think I can show this here real quick. Let me bring this over here. All right, so this is how much AC. Now, this is just the raw editing files. I mean, this is not like, this is before editing. Okay, these are like the raw files right here. So that's how many I've done so far. So far right now I have 8 videos done for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now each one of these videos, I mean, look, 61 gigabytes, 3 hours long. And then I edited a little bit, you know, hour 56, 32, 2 hours 11, 325. You know, you can 337. You can see that I'm putting a lot of effort into this and trying to make it the best that I can. So it's coming Tuesday, everybody. Happy Saturday to you too, Silent. So Tuesday is the 18th, and I'm also got a live stream that we're going to be doing, which we're just going to be going around doing some free roam, showing you guys like the area and stuff like that. I'm not really going to do probably any missions because you guys wouldn't, you know, I don't want to spoil you on things like that. So that live stream is mainly just to show you how the game runs, how the game looks, and that kind of thing for release. But the videos will start coming. My goal is to do about 3 videos a day, and each video is roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours. So you'll have a lot of content, but I'm hoping that this walkthrough really does well. And the only way it can do well is making sure that everyone leaves a like, watch it for longer periods of time, leave comments. You know, it doesn't matter what comment it is, but I would prefer comments that are more than just hi or I left this for the algorithm. I want you to actually ask me a question, you know, like let me give me a reason to respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to want to respond to someone that just says leaving this comment for the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, I get that sometimes where people will, you know, I say, please comment on this video. And then, you know, I'll see a comment that says, you know, here for the algorithm. No, like say something in there. Like, let me react to you. Let's build a conversation so more people will talk. That's the whole thing that I try to do to get more people to interact with the channel a little bit more. Then I did this series for a while, and I still do it every now and then, where I'll just do a one-off video of something. I'm like, you remember this game and how this game still holds up today? Like in this instance, you know, like I did for the Order 1886. Give me a second. I just had a message. So, well, I mean, hold on. Okay. So my stepmom is in the hospital. She went to the ER last night. So thoughts and prayers. She'll be in there, the hospital for a while. The family's asked, you know, not to say what the cause and everything is. And I respect them, you know, for that or whatever. So just, you know, thoughts and prayers for my stepmom. She's been my stepmom since I can remember. I think her and my dad, they got married in 87, I think. So I was already 4. when they got married. So she's been pretty much my stepmom, my entire life that I can remember, so, um, prayers for her and stuff like that. I wish I could tell you, what's going on, but, they don't want everyone to know right now. So, prayers for all of that. But, all right. So moving on. Oh, you guys remember X Defiant? That thing failed hard. Another failed thing from Ubisoft. What was the battle royale that Ubisoft did? Didn't they do a battle royale? And I don't remember what the name of the battle royale was. This game actually did very, very well for us. I was so surprised that we got a lot of new subscribers from our Indiana Jones and the Great Circle walkthrough. So that was awesome. I just see all these random videos here, kind of reminds me, it's like just, it's history. It's just, the cool thing about this is as long as YouTube doesn't like go under, these videos will be here forever. As long as I don't get 3 copyright strikes. So when I'm gone, dead, buried, all that kind of stuff, a future generation one day can maybe stumble across a moment in time where we're all sitting there just having a good time, and playing video games, And so I just think that that's such a cool thing. I feel bad for the generations that, didn't have the money to have like a camcorder or a video or even pictures. Like say for instance, my wife's father, they weren't the richest, family when she was a little kid. And so they couldn't afford, a camera or videos. So she doesn't have a lot of pictures or a lot of videos or anything like that of her when she was a kid growing up. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to have a dad who worked in the nuclear sector. So he was, we made enough money to be able to have like one of those old style cameras, that you fit on your shoulder or whatever back in the 80s. And so I have a lot of videos of us taking vacations that we would go to like, Myrtle Beach or Virginia to go visit, family or something like that. I have a lot of those videos that I can look at, but unfortunately she doesn't have any of that stuff. So I was like, I just hate that, when you're born into a generation that doesn't have that ability to be able to look into things from your past. Whereas nowadays, everybody's got a camera, everybody's got videos. There's going to be videos of all of this on the internet forever. And you're going to be able to go back in time and see what you were doing, 40, 50 years ago. Or maybe your kids, one of these days I will let Ella look on the channel and see what her dad was up to before, she was there. And, obviously that's not going to be until she's much older and able to understand that it's all pretend and make believe and stuff like that. But, lots of memories, and I'm just so happy and thrilled to be able to have these memories of myself from long, long time ago. Can't wait for Metal Gear Solid 3, baby. Finally, that's going to be so cool. And that's coming this year. I tell you what, times have been really tough lately. Like it's really bad, but there's like little glimpses of hope, right? This game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, being fortunate enough to get it early is such a blessing. Not only that, but then you got Metal Gear Solid 3, and that I'm going to be covering and streaming. I'm not going to be able to get Metal Gear Solid 3 early. I don't have a contact for Capcom. I haven't had a contact for Capcom in probably 4 or 5 years. I used to get every game from Capcom early, like all the Resident Evils. I used to get them. But I don't have a Capcom contact anymore because I'm really not in the business like I used to be. Like I used to have a lot of contacts. I used to have all kinds of, that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, or not, I know it's from Konami, but I'm talking about other games too. Like I don't have a Konami contact. I don't have a Capcom contact anymore. I still every now and then get some PlayStation games, but they haven't given me any new ones. Like I didn't get Spider-Man 2 for PC, which I thought I was going to be able to get, but they never contacted me. I probably will not be able to get the Last of Us Part 2 for PC. I don't know. I was able to get God of War Ragnarok for PC. So it's like it's hit and miss. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. There are now so many content creators out there, and some that are just so much more popular than me that get so many more views, and so I've just been a part of Ubisoft's partnership for a very long time, and I think that's why I'm still able to get Ubisoft games. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to get those early either. And luckily, I'm an Xbox partner, so at the very least, I can usually get games on the day of release from Xbox. Like I got WWE 2K25. Can you guys still see me? I mean, do I need to turn on my light? Is it too dark? Let me know if you guys think I need to turn my light on if it's too dark in here. I got WWE 2K25 from Xbox recently. I got Split Fiction from Xbox, and I do want to do some videos on that. I just haven't had a chance right now because we've been focusing on Shadows. Yeah, I can turn my light on. Might make it a little easier for people to see me. So yeah, I still get a lot of things from Xbox, which is pretty cool. I'm so glad to be partnered with them. I've loved Xbox for so long. I mean, Xbox was the first console I had ever bought myself, meaning that when I was an adult. I remember it well. I was in the Army. I joined the Army in 2000. And when the Xbox came out, I was stationed in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So my hair, I'm telling you guys, my hair does some strange things right now. Take a look at this. Could you imagine me going around like this? What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be playing a brand new, excuse me, we're going to be playing a brand new horror game. And I'm telling you, man, this game is so scary. Oh, man, it's going to freak you out, bro. Look at this. All right, we're going through the corridor. Oh, my God, did you see that? I can't be that type of, I'm not that type of gamer. I could act like it, but I'm not. I'm way more quiet and reserved. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not as popular as I could be. I'm sure if I was more obnoxious, people would talk more, people would chat more, people would, support more. I'm sure if I was that way, because people just love to watch idiots for some reason. I mean, I like it too. I like it when there's someone stupid on the screen doing dumb things and I can just sit there and laugh and say, well, it could be worse, but that's just not me. That's not who I am. I can't be that way. So I just can't do it. My 007 GoldenEye Reloaded videos were awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching, B930. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it didn't get a lot of views, but that's understandable. I mean, it's a game that came out in 2010, and I felt like it would get a little bit more views since it was stealth oriented. And the reason I did it is because, IO Interactive has taken over the James Bond series now. So they're going to be coming out with a James Bond game sometime in the next few years. So I want to start doing some more Bond games to get those out there in the universe. And hopefully when more information of their 007 game comes out, then maybe more people will start to look up some of the older Bond games. Hey, we had a donation from Vinay. Did that thing show up on the screen or not? I was not paying attention. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Vinay. Much appreciated, my friend. Thanks for the tip. I'm not sure what that is in American or how much that is in American, but either way, thank you. I only saw it in the chat, not on the screen. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm using a new thing to stream, okay? And I'll show you guys what it is. I'm using Meld Studio. So Meld Studio is something that's just like OBS, It's new. It's still like in beta and all that, and it doesn't have as many features, but it has a better layout than OBS. I don't like OBS's layout. So any chance that I have of using something other than OBS, I prefer. I just like this layout much better of how it uses it. And you can see your sound track down here. As you can see, I'm both streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. Another thing to note is if you look, I am streaming at the same bit rate. So I'm actually streaming 80 megabytes. As you can see, that's how much it's going. And I'm actually streaming on Twitch in 4K. So, except here's the thing though. If you go to my videos, my recent live stream that I did on Twitch before this one, you will actually be able to view the source of that. If you click on that old live stream that I just did, like when the last time I streamed, I think it was the Lost and Damned, right? It was the finale for Lost and Damned. You will be able to watch that in 4K on Twitch. At least it lets me watch it. No, it's not $20, Renee. That doesn't count as the tip goal. This tip goal here that you see down where it says $20 only calculates the last time I made any money via Stream Elements. So anything that comes through Stream Elements will get added onto here. So things like super chats or bits, they don't get included in here. This was actually that was on there from my last Lost and Damned stream or whatever. So I had made $20 that stream, and that's the last donation we've ever even got when it comes to Stream Elements. Everything else, like what he just did, was through YouTube's own system, and that doesn't get calculated in this one right here. And then this subscriber goal, you remember when I did this, when I first started this setup, which was like, I think at the beginning of Lost and Damned, I had a subscriber goal of 5. Well, we've gotten 60 since then. That's all we've gained. Think about that. In probably 2 weeks, or maybe it's 2 weeks or something, we've only gained 60 subscribers in our entire channel. We're not gaining subscribers like other channels that are like coming in, hundreds a day or thousands a day or something like that. We don't do that. A lot of my videos are getting lower and lower on the algorithms because a lot of my videos are from older games. A lot of the popular things that people watch me for are so old, videos that I did, 8, 9, 10, 12 years ago. Like Inside's my number one walkthrough that I done. That's from like 2016. So, not a lot of people are watching my newer walkthroughs. So that's, it is what it is. But, so a lot of times you see, 330 some thousand subscribers, but you're not even getting a fraction of that when it comes to views. And that's just the truth. A lot of people that subscribe to me are either probably not on YouTube anymore, or they've moved on, or they haven't watched a video of mine in a while, and I no longer show up on their feeds, because that's what happens when you don't show up on when you haven't watched a video of mine in more than a few days, you'll stop showing up. I will stop showing up on your feed. So that's the way YouTube algorithm works now. So you have to constantly be watching someone for them to continue to stay on your subscriber feed. That's why it's so important that when I say to go to, things like, the main channel here, and then click on the notification bell. Now you can't see it on mine because I'm on my own channel, but if I were to go to a channel that I'm subscribed to, like CJ, he's a really good Hitman player. So he does all his stuff, Hitman or whatever. I've been subscribed to him for a long time. But if you click on this, you set it to all. Now I just have everybody on personalized because I really don't go into my subscriber feed anyways, because I'm so busy making my own videos. But you want to turn the bell on. You want to click on all. So like he never shows up in my subscriber feed because I haven't clicked on any of his videos in a while. I've been super busy making my own, and that's what happens when you're working. So he wouldn't show up in my subscriber feed. Like if I would go to subscriptions, now he shows up right there, but that's just because I just clicked on his thing. Other than that, this is how it would be. Like, you can see I already have like so many subscriptions. I mean, I have a lot that I've done over the years. Plus, there's a lot on here because of my daughter. My daughter, you know, she watches a lot of. That's why you see all of these things right here, because she watches a lot of these style videos and whatnot. But that's why you want to make sure you set it to all. If you set it to all, then my videos will always show up. Always. That's the point. So as long as you have it on all, you'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a notification for a live stream, a notification for anything like that. So, my gosh, you know what? This would be kind of a fun thing. Let's look at our oldest. So this is all the newest stuff that I've done. Clearly, you've seen it. I'm surprised this one only has 261 views. I thought maybe it's the thumbnail. Maybe people don't like this thumbnail, because if I remember, the last one I did was actually a lot more popular. I had one over 1,000, and the thumbnail actually showed me playing the drums. So it could be the thumbnail. It could be any reason. I'm trying to get better at my thumbnail presentations, because thumbnails are everything when it comes to people driving interest into your videos or whatever it is you're watching. And I'm not very good at thumbnails. So, but I'm trying, you know, see, that's a lot of information, you know, cause I wanted people to know this is a walkthrough. It's 100% stealth when it's available. You know, these games, you can't stealth all the time. You know, hardest difficulty, all the emblems that you need to get, the collectibles in the game, you know, things like that. So I try to give all the information needed, but really you don't even need to do that anymore, because people will just click on your thumbnail based off of how the thumbnail looks. If it's exciting, then they're like, ooh, that might be exciting to watch. So it's so hit and miss sometimes. But yeah, so these are like the new videos I've done that you've seen here, which is, you know, not a lot technically. And then if you look at the live streams, you can see that I'm using the old thumbnail that I was going to use, but I'll keep that on that one for there. And then here's what we're doing right now. Obviously I don't have a thumbnail on it. And what we've been doing in the past. Usually our live streams, most of the time, get to about 1,000 views per live stream. And so if you take a look at it, let's say for instance, when we started the Lost and Damned, right? So you remember this stream? Remember at the start of this, I had 2 subscribers out of that 5, and now what you're seeing is 60. So so 9 days ago, in 9 days, we've reached 60 subscribers. That's not too bad. We've gained a lot more subscribers because of my walkthrough prep video that I did for Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I'm very excited for that one, and I wanted to let you guys know what's coming up. So, oh no, he's quitting. Oh, I love Legal Eagle. It's such a great channel to learn and laugh when it comes about law and stuff. Especially, I've been watching him a lot more since I've gotten into TV shows like Suits and whatnot. Look, no comments, not a single comment on this. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if more people would comment, they would show higher in searches. That's the truth. The algorithm says that the more people that comment, the more like to view ratio is higher, the more people will see in searches. Like, for instance, if I were to put this over, let's see, what's it called? So Grand Theft Auto 4, Lost and Damned. Where am I showing up here? All right. Obviously, the big guys are always going to be up there. You know, they're the ones that are always going to be up. GTA series, great guys. I actually, you know, have talked to them many times. Great people. Deserve all the you know, love they get. But as you can see, all these other people appear well before me. I probably don't even show up at all, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, there it is right there. So Think about that. Think about, I just did this 8 days ago. These people that are showing up are from 12 years ago, 2 years ago, 16 years ago. And that's just a trailer for not even the Lost and Damned, just a regular trailer for. So you see that if you don't leave comments, even just a simplistic comment, someone would have to scroll through all of these videos. Now, how many people out there that want to look for a playthrough of Lost and Damned are going to scroll all the way and keep scrolling until they get to this right here? Like, how many people are going to do that? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we got a super chat. Sorry, let me, I didn't get a chance to see that. Hold on. Dang it. I missed it. Can you bring that to, hold on. I just saw a super chat thing. Hold on. Let me, oh, no. Where it is right here. Future proof. Do you have a Discord server? If not, can you create one? Yes, I have a Discord server. And it looks like they already put it in there. So yeah. Thank you guys. And that was your first super on a live stream. So future proof. Thank you. But yeah, we have a Discord server. I'd like to do more with it when I have the time. That Discord server was actually created by some fans from the channel back in 2016. And those fans are actually, I no longer see them. Shadow Outlaw, I think, was one of them. Sarah, I remember. A lot of you might remember Sarah. I don't know if you do or not. She helped out with the channel a lot around 2016 and 17. Penny, I remember Penny. Kimmy, I remember Kimmy. Well, Kimmy she still watches and still leaves likes and all that kind of stuff on here. But those people actually built the channel, built the Discord for me. And then, so my Discord is one of the, listen, I'm just going to straight up tell you, my Discord is one of the worst Discords in all of Discord because like there are so many amazing and cool things that you can do with Discord that I just have no clue about. And I rarely, as of right now, have time to get on there and do anything because I am constantly in this office recording and doing, right now at least, shadows. So I haven't had any time to set it up, to do more and to make it look better and do better. So my Discord it's amazing people are in there trying to keep the chats going and stuff like that, but it's not as talkative as it used to be because obviously I don't have a chance to get in there as much right now. And we could easily make it better, and we should if I had the time to do that. But yes, I do have a Discord, and I do get on there, especially when it comes to checking my messages. So if people like at me or tag me or something like that, then I'm able to obviously easily see things much better. But you can just see how, like, what I was trying to say is make sure you leave a like and comment. So important. So. Of course, Renee, if you have any ideas on how to make the the Discord better, let me know. Like I'm all for you making it better, doing what, making it the best it could be to entice more people to come in and have a good time. How about beating the game without taking any damage on the hardest difficulty and upload it as fast as possible? Are you talking about Shadows? That would be very, very difficult because on Expert, Shadows is hard as hell. I'm playing my walkthrough on Expert for Shadows, except I have one tuner thing turned down. I've turned down the stealth to normal. And there's a good reason for that. Because if you play Assassin's Creed Shadows on Expert, you're going to pull whatever hair you have left on your head out. The combat is challenging, fun enough. Nothing wrong with the combat when it comes to putting it on Expert. You're going to die easily, and it's only going to take a few hits, so you got to get good with the combat, obviously. But the stealth, they're trying to go for a more realistic stealth thing when it comes to Shadows. You have so much more stealth options. Obviously, you can go prone, you can do all that kind of stuff. The problem is this. They've made it to where when you're on rooftops, enemies see you in Shadows. Now, that's been something that's been in a lot of Assassin's Creed games. You know, enemies will see you if you're on like a little rooftop, but it's not like that. You can't get on the rooftop at all. Like there's a point in the game at the very beginning where you have a marker that it tells you need to get to, right? And you know what you normally do when you need to reach a certain marker, you go to that marker, then the game goes into this little, shows this little cinema, like you need to take this person out. It's doing this panning thing, Well, the problem when you have it on Expert is the moment you sit there, and because it's an in-game cutscene and the characters are still moving around in the real world, you're immediately caught. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the challenge. Like when you want to put something on Expert, it's because you want a challenge, right? Well, if you can't even stand on the roof to survey an area because you're immediately going to be seen by someone who's 100 meters away, that takes the fun out of it. So I turned off stealth back to normal, even though I'm still on combat expert. There are no difficulty achievements at all or trophies in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I don't have to play the game on expert to do the platinum. I just want to make sure you guys knew that. That's just something I wanted to do because I just like to challenge myself. But it's not fun when it's on expert for stealth because you're sitting on, you try to get to the edge of the roof so you can do a survey of the area, right? And then mark people so you can see what's going on. But then you're immediately seen. And the meter goes up so fast that you end up backing up and you go like to the point where nobody can see you on the roof. And then you sneak out again for like 2 seconds to mark, come back, sneak out again, 2 seconds, come back. That's not fun gameplay. You have to understand that when you're trying to make a game realistic, it has to fit inside the boundaries of what the game is. And this is a game meant for you to get on rooftops, kind of like the old Tenchu series or whatever, where, you'd go on rooftops and stealth and all that kind of stuff. Well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose if they see you immediately. So if you put it on normal, then enemies won't see you on rooftops unless you're like directly above them, and it would make sense, right? I understand that obviously anybody should be able to see a dumb person standing on top of a roof, especially if it's not night. But but I know who you are. As soon as I saw the U4X, I recognized you, man. But yeah, so you can try it and you'll see, you'll probably come to the same conclusion, or maybe it won't be that big of a deal for you. But for me, I like to do all of when I stealth something, I like to get to a point on a roof and I like to survey the area and see where the enemies are. So I know, okay, I see underground passes to the right, or I see a place for me to prone here that I can crawl through some grass or something, and then make my decision on how I'm going to stealth. Well, you can't, it's just not fun when you got to go back and forth every few seconds until the guy, so you can mark who you need to and survey what you need to. So just put it on normal, and then it's still hard. Like even the normal stealth is still, this game has way more difficult stealth than previous games. Like you'll see, even on normal stealth, like they put an emphasis on stealth this year, way more than Valhalla, way more than any of the previous games. This is in my opinion, this is the first game I think in Assassin's Creed history where the emphasis when it comes to playing as the shinobi is stealth. You will die almost immediately if you try to go into a situation where you're fighting more than 2 people. So you really need to understand what the game is trying to tell you. If you are the shinobi, every situation and every purpose for you to play as her is to be stealthy. You do not want to just walk into a camp and then just have 10 guys on you at the same time. You'll just die immediately and you'll get frustrated. You have to understand that if you want to do that, you need to switch to Yasuke and you need to play as him, because his character is more built for you to just walk through the front door and then take out all the 10 enemies as they see you. His character is not made for stealth. Yes, you can stealth. You can crouch. You can prone as Yasuke. But there is no silent assassin with Yasuke. The only way you can do it is you'll go up to him and you'll do like a brutal assassination where you're like lift him up in the air and, you know, it's loud and you'll be heard most of the time. But you can do stealth with him. It's just, and you can get on roofs and you can do all that, but it just doesn't make sense. So trust me when I say, if you're going to be her, your focus is going to be on stealth. If you want to go around and grab viewpoints, your focus should be on her. You'll get frustrated with if you try to get viewpoints with Yasuke because she has a hook that she can, you know, climb all the big things to get to the viewpoint. He will have to take the stairs or the ladder, or sometimes he can't even get there. Like there are viewpoints that you cannot get with Yasuke. So like, trust me when I say play the characters the way that this game is set up for them to be played. If you don't, I'm going to stem that if there are like just straight up negative reviews of this game, like if there's straight up like this game is horrible, it's because they, oh, thank you so much, Lucas. I think I just saw that, right? Lucas with the tip. Although it did not add to my tip goal down there. I don't know why. Was that Lucas that did that? Hold on. Yeah, it was. Hey, thank you for the tip, Lucas. I don't know why that didn't update. Maybe I need to update that thing in my stream elements or something. But yeah, I in my opinion, if there are, like, there could be people on the fence about this game. Like, that's fine. There's always going to be some of those. But if you're giving a straight up negative review of this game, it's because you have no idea how to distinguish between the two characters. Mark my words, when you start to see reviews of people, if they straight up hate on this game, it's either because they're just hating Ubisoft because they don't like Ubisoft in general, or they don't understand the differences between the two characters. And I can say this because I did a preview event of playing the game and it was the same thing. If you go into a situation, like the game will even tell you, even in my preview event, I showed you that the game will even tell you, like, who do you want to choose in this situation? And it'll tell you, it'll give you a hint and say, you know, this is a mission more tailored for stealth. This is a mission more tailored for bruteness. You know, choose wisely. I mean, you could do the opposite, but you're going to hate it and you're not going to enjoy it. And then you're going to end up, you know, not wanting to play the game, because you got to understand that, you know, you got to play the game that's laid out in front of you. A lot of times I try to play games that are not stealthy in a stealthy manner. And that can be frustrating because if you try to put stealth in something that there is none, then you're going to not have a good experience. Right. And the exact opposite. If, you know, you have a straight up stealth game and you're trying to go loud and proud, then you're not going to have a good enjoyable experience. So, you know, take that with what you want. Play the game the way you want to play it. That's always, but just know that this game is tailored for two characters. One is stealthy, one is not. So in my opinion, do not go into a stealthy situation with Yasuke. It's only going to frustrate you and you will get pissed and you'll blame the game for you not being able to understand it. And that's what I fear a lot of reviewers that don't take the time to actually pay attention to things, that just rush out there, that just, and there was a lot of situations while I'm playing, even in my preview event where, you know, um, I run in with her and then immediately, get killed because it really is crystal clear that she will die almost immediately. So you got to remember that. Okay. This is a different Assassin's Creed game. The way that they're setting it up, it gives you both options. One is going to be one, the other is going to be the other. Don't try to mix it, because the moment you try to mix it, then you're losing the purpose of it. You're losing what the game is trying to get across. And when that happens, you just end up hating the game or not wanting to play anything else in the series because you think that all the games are going to be like that, or you go down a negative thing. You can't stream it here in Japan. Why can't you do that? Is there like a ban on it? Did they really put a ban because of Yasuke? Like, granted, listen, I'm not a fan of that they took a character that's real. I mean, so it's typed out Yasuke, right? Yasuke, I think it is. But the way that they pronounce it in the game is Yasuke. So that's why I say Yasuke without the U. But I don't understand why they did it the way they did. My guess is because Ghost of Tsushima already came out and that already has a Japanese badass character that's going around doing his thing. So they were like, well, we want to be a little different than that. So, they found this story of a black samurai that never, I mean, yes, that part is true, but what you see in the game, none of it is true. So you got to remember that. And a lot of people are upset about that, rightfully so. They want representation in your game. It's a Japanese game. We've always wanted a feudal Japan for the Assassin's Creed series. So you get a female shinobi, which I don't know too much about the history to know if there was many female shinobis out there. So I'm not an expert when it comes to that. I don't know the history. Maybe some of you that know Japanese history a little bit more during that time period could let me know if there was female shinobis going around during that time period. But I've always understood, and again, I could be totally wrong, but I've always understood that Japanese culture places women after men. I'm just stating what I've understood of the culture. Now there's so much more nuance into that I've never looked into, so I don't know. But in that situation, Ubisoft is what they are. They made the game the way it is. They're telling their own story. Maybe they were told they have to do this. I don't know the reasons why, but I'm not going to hate on a game based off of a decision that they made story-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are many developers out there that don't have a say in that they're just doing their job. They're just trying to work. All the crap things, cheers to you, no one, all the crap things that are going around about Ubisoft right now that they're doing, developers don't have say in those things. They're not evil. They're just trying to make a game, and they're trying to make it the best they can. So they deserve, I play these games not only for myself, but for those folks, individuals. Every publishing company is evil. Every company. There's evil CEOs, or there's evil top people in Microsoft. There's evil top people in Sony. Everywhere you go, there's evil top people in governments. There's evil people everywhere you go in companies and everything. If we just based off of doing something or not doing something based off of just the company itself, then we'd get nowhere in life, right? So when I play video games, I play it because I want to escape life and enjoy stories and get a chance to talk and be with all you guys. But when I play games that are constantly getting hated on, my opinion is always of this. I'm sitting here giving this game a shot because it's a video game and that's what I love to play. I love to play video games and I want to spread my love of video games. This is for those developers that spend hours of their time sacrificing so much to get these games done and to make them the best that they can. Because of that, I will never go into a video game with a hatred of a company and base my review or my thoughts on a game off of something outside of the game. Like I remember seeing something a year ago. There was a big harsh on if the character Yasuke was gay. Everyone was coming out saying Yasuke's gay. Like, I cannot believe they've got a black samurai and he's gay in the game, right? I've played over 30, 40 hours of the game at this point, and there hasn't been a single gay moment that I've seen. Actually, the opposite. I've already been able to romanticize characters of the opposite sex for both characters. So there might be RPG elements where eventually there's a guy you could romance if you're a guy, or if you're a shinobi, a female you can romance if you're. I don't know. It hasn't happened yet in my 40 hours. And even if that's the case, all games, Dragon Age Origins, which was amazing, right? All RPGs have options for you to choose which way you want to go in those types of things. But I'm just telling you right now, I haven't seen any of that. So some people just try to drive clicks and try to make money and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to get that from me, guys. I'm just going to shoot you the truth, because I could be one of those sellouts and start putting those stupid, titles in my videos, clickbait stuff, and start acting like a total douche and being an ass and trying to make as much money as I possibly can doing this. Or I can have a conscience and be like, it's not worth it, and just be me, just show my love of the games. And if you guys want to see it and you like what you see from me, then maybe you want to get it yourself. If you see what I'm playing and you're appalled and you're like, I just can't support a company like Ubisoft or Rockstar or whatever company it is, then that's on you. Okay. But don't like hark on others and don't disrespect others because they're not feeling the same way you are. You know what I mean? Just, who cares? Just play a video game, enjoy it or don't enjoy it, or watch me play it and make your decision if you think it's going to be something you want to play or not. And that's it. And move about your day, But the internet has made a lot of people crazy because it gives them the freedom to just say whatever the heck they want. I'm all for free speech. Okay. But I am not for free speech when you are hurting someone else, or you're straight up lying and you're not sticking to facts. And, if it's your opinion, then say opinion, because that's what it is. It's your opinion. Your opinion is not fact. So don't go out there and then try to ruin other people's days because they enjoy something and you don't. And I'll never get that hate. I'll never understand it. And that's why I'll always fight it. I'm the kind of person that I can't sit back and then just watch people say the absolute falseness of things and just let it go and move on. I can't do that. That's why I'm horrible on Twitter. Never follow me on Twitter, because if you do, you're going to see me call people out that are just straight up lying, because I don't have a filter on there. And if I see someone lying, I don't care if it's political, left, right, or I don't care what it is. Even if it's not political and I just see someone lying, I call it out. I call BS when I see it. And that's just how I am. So and I know people's told me sometimes, like, I can't believe you're a streamer or a content creator and you're saying, these types of things. And I sit there and I tell them, I said, listen, if I see someone lying about something, I'm going to stand up for those that are afraid to, right? There's a reason I have these tattoos right? There's a reason that the only tattoos I will ever have in my life are of Superman. And what it's not just the character of Superman, but it's what the message behind Superman is. Stand up for those that can't, right? Fight injustice, strive for peace, equality, and love. And that is what Superman has always stood for me. And that's why I love Superman so much. That's why you see the things on my wall are all Superman. That's why you see Superman here on the side. I mean, that's why everything I have in my office and all around Superman, everywhere you look, because it's what he stands for. And that's what I will continue to do. I don't care if I'm the brokest person on YouTube. I will never change that part about me. That's always who I am, and that's always who I will be. So I will never lie to you about if I like something or not, or if I think something is good or not. I'll always give you my opinion on it. Maybe my opinion doesn't align with you, and that's okay. I can only give you my opinion, and then you can take it from there, right? That's all we can do. That's all we can ever do. I just noticed that none of my emblems are actually updating, so I might have to change that. I don't know why. Let me look. If I go to stream, I know what it is. Watch this. It'll probably update the moment. So look at it right now, where it says the recent tip was from Casual, right? That was a long time ago. The actual recent one is from Luke. And then the recent super chat, it was not from this Luke, it was from someone else. So it should update now when I go into here and see where it is. Right there. And there should be properties. Well, you know what? I'm not on here, so maybe there's actually not a properties. Oh, I could just do a refresh. Let's see if that does it. There you go. See? Now that updated. See how now Lucas, $20. Future Proof, $6.47 was the last one. Do you see how that works? So I just clicked update on the URL for the browser, and then that's what made that work, which means there's also another one. There it is. That's that one. I should be able to click on update on that. There you go. See, I just needed to do an update, and then now it switched to $40. And yeah, you smell Brandon. Well, see, the joke is always it's Brandon's. Like anytime anything negative happens or something screws up with the stream, we always just blame Brandon. The funny thing is Brandon hasn't been in our streams in like forever, and he might stop by for a minute, but he's hard working. He's doing his own thing. So it's like a lot of people don't understand why is this whole it's Brandon's fault, and that's just for us oldies that have been on the streams, for a while now. And we get the joke, but I know a lot of people nowadays, they don't really understand the whole Brandon joke. It's not a playoff of like, the Biden thing with Let's Go Brandon or something like that. It's not a playoff that it's an actual person that we always just blamed everything on whenever something in the stream went wrong. So it was just a funny thing. But yeah, I mean, that's all this stream was today. Just a chance for me to talk to you guys on Saturday. What time is it right now? It's 12:40. So now it's time for me to start recording more Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm going to be recording all day, probably do another 5-6 hours of the game. I'm not going to be done with this game anywhere close to by the time the game is embargoed and comes out. I'm a slower gamer, guys. I am not someone who can just plow through a game in one day, especially a game like this where it takes 80 hours to platinum. I'm not even anywhere near that. Right now, I'm up to the point where I have about 30 of 55 trophies. So I'm at that point now. So I only got 25 left when it comes to that. And I couldn't tell you. I'm in Act 2 of the story. I think there's 4 acts. So, I mean, it's a huge game. Some people are already done. Hey, Elizabeth's here. What's up? Happy Saturday to you. I think Jen is still waiting on you to text her because I told her that you would text her about what you were talking about. So I just want to make sure you knew that. But hopefully your day is going good, Elizabeth. Happy Saturday to you. I'm just kind of doing this little spiel, kind of explaining what's been going on, how we've been recording Assassin's Creed Shadows. lately and just kind of doing an update since we haven't streamed in a while, because I've been literally like spending all day long doing shadows, um, and trying to get as many videos of that out there and done as I can. So that's what I've been focused on these past week and a half here. I would love to be someone that could literally, record 15 hours a day, but my mind can't handle that. I've got to do it in like 3 hour blocks. That's just how ADHD works for me. When it comes to games, obviously, when I was in the army for 20 years, I worked all day long and all that stuff, and I didn't lose focus and all that. But when you're doing something like this, when for whatever reason for games, it really comes out where it's like I could do 3 hour blocks of a game. I got to take a little bit of a break. Then might be able to come back and do more. So I usually do these in like chunks all day, and whatnot. Yeah, trying to get your book up for pre-orders. I know I'm looking forward to that, and I know Jen is as well. And yeah, we can't wait to see more information on it, and hopefully everything works out. How many breaks do I take? Well, usually this is what I try to do. I get up in the morning to help Jen get Ella ready for school, and then I get in the office. I record for about 3 hours or so. Then I'll edit that 3 hours, and then I'll come back and do another session, record for 3 hours, and then I'll edit that. And then I'm spending the rest of the time trying to figure out other things that I'm trying to do. It's just the way my mind works is a lot different. I can tell you right now, the way my mind works is not suited for this job. It's totally not. And as the older I get, I have my medication that I take, for up here it is, which I haven't taken one today. So see what I mean? Like I totally forgot to take my Adderall. It just I will say that the medicine's not doing it for me anymore. It's not keeping me in track as much as it used to. So either I'm going to need to update my dosage and go back to 15 or maybe even 20, which I told you guys that when I did 15, it had like a weird effect on me. I felt weird. So, but now I think I'm at the point where this is not doing it anymore, and I'm going to have to go to 15, and maybe it won't have that effect anymore. But when am I going to play AC Shadows? Well, the videos will start coming out on the 18th, and I'll have a live stream. It's even possible that once the videos come out and I get caught up to where you guys are in the videos, that I might start live streaming the content from that point. So right now I have a total of 8 videos out. I'd say realistically, this is what I'm thinking. I can do 3, maybe 4 more videos at this point before embargo. So that means there would be a total of about 12 videos as the embargo is lifted. And I would do 3 videos a day, because each video is roughly 1.5 hours to 2, maybe sometimes over 2. And I don't want to put more than 6 hours of footage out a day. The embargo is the 18th. The game comes out on the 20th. So I'm looking probably about the 24th or maybe even the 23rd, to where if I catch up at that point, I might start live streaming the rest of it if I get to that point. Because that means it just depends on how good the videos are doing. If the videos are getting a lot of likes and a lot of comments, then I will continually and pump out. That is so motivating. You guys have no idea when I look at a video, like when I saw Indiana Jones, when I released it, Indiana Jones, and I started getting, because I had that early, and I started releasing those videos, and I saw how many views they were getting, and I saw how many likes they were getting, and people were commenting. It was so motivating that it made me finish that game significantly faster. Even with ADHD, it's like that type of motivation is really good. That's why I always strive to say, leave a like, leave a comment, because you have no idea how that like motivates me in the way that my brain works. We're all different. We're all motored different. For me, that's how I'm motored. When someone gives me some type of praise, right, it motivates me to do more and more and more. I honestly to God wish that my brain worked the opposite. I wish that my brain worked like just go hard and fast right now and get it done and get it out there. But when you have ADHD, it's so hard. You're motivated, but there are things that just kind of bring you back to life a little bit. Your mind wanders. It's just like it is when you watch the playthrough, and you'll see when I'm saying, all right, we're going to go do this mission now. And I'm on my way. And then 2 seconds later, something across my screen says, oh, look at this question mark. Let's go to that. And it never fails. So you're going to see that in the videos, it's hilarious to watch sometimes, but you'll see how frustrating it is for me, when your mind is like, all right, I'm going to do this. Don't get distracted. And then immediately gets distracted. Oh, I'm always careful with my meds. I just take 1 pill a day. I mean, it's not like, I also have, vitamin D pills that I have to take because I'm very low on vitamin D. I don't get a lot of sun. I'm a white boy, and I don't get a lot of sun. So, and I've actually gotten less and less sun over these years because Jen's health has gotten worse and worse, and she can't really go outside. So I've kind of become a hermit with her as well, because it's, she can't really go outside a lot because she's allergic to bugs. She's allergic to a lot of the things outside. And so she can't really go outside. So I've kind of like been that way too, and I need to not be that way. I need to go outside more, even if it's to go for a walk or something and get some exercise and stretch and all that kind of stuff. I'm not happy with how my health is right now either. We just got a lot of things going on right now, and I'm trying not to make excuses for it. I need to do better, and that's it, period. Right. Yeah, I mean, what I do here on YouTube keeps my mind engaged. It does, but honestly, it's like endorphins, or what do you call it? It's like catnip. Whenever you see a comment on a video, or like at the beginning of this live stream, when he said that my walkthrough was, they watched the Uncharted walkthrough and it helped them get through the game, or something like that. Like, oh my gosh, man, man, does that ever motivate me? Like, I still need to do Lost Legacy, and that one comment right there, just that one comment, made me excited again to continue when I have the opportunity and do Lost Legacy and finish the platinum, because I only got half the platinum right now, because you have to do Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy to get the full platinum. So the comment like that just makes me so excited to get back into Uncharted and to finish the Lost Legacy. It's weird how my mind works when I see, it's the same way in the military. Like, I'm like kind of a normal worker, when I'm doing it on my own, I'll never like fail you. I'll never let you down. But when I get a little bit of encouragement, I mean, it just, I'm very good at taking orders. Like, a lot of people strive to be a leader, and to be a leader means you're the one giving the orders usually, right? For me, I was the kind of leader that was a little different of a leader, just because of the way my ADHD is and how it works is, if someone above me says, I want you to do this, I'm going to do it to the best of my freaking ability, and I'm going to get the shit done. And so, but if it was me discovering I need to do this, this, and this, I would do it, but I wouldn't have that motivation that is needed. And that is a disease. And it took me so long to realize that it is a disease. And because I made, I instead of using it as a disease and saying I have a problem, I just choked it up to like, I'm a horrible person. I'll never be a good leader. I'll never be good at anything because I can't do these things on my own. But we're not all the same. We're not all born with the same minds. Some people have disabilities, and some people have things that they need medicine for, they need, to overcome. And that's just one of the things that I need to overcome. Right. So, yeah, I just need that. I'm sorry. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I didn't need people to give me some type of self gratification or some type of gratification. But when I hear those things of people saying that they've enjoyed watching my videos, or that I help them get through a part of their life, or that they got through the game because I helped them or something, that rejuvenates everything that I do. And again, I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I didn't need that to succeed in life, but it's the way that my mind works. And I'm 41 years old and I'm going to be 42 in July. And that part of me ain't changing. The medicine can help me try to concentrate a little bit more, but nothing is going to keep the fact that I need some of that stimulation to do the best of my ability. And that's not good when it comes to getting good jobs and stuff like that. And it's hard for people like me to get really, really good jobs because of that. Now, I have a bad back. Obviously, I'm medically retired from the military. I'm disabled. I'm on disability. And so, I already have all kinds of limitations. So I'm trying to do the best that I can. And motivation makes me try to do even better. We're only human, right? I'm not perfect. I'm just like you guys. That's why when anybody comes on these chats or in my videos and says, like, for instance, I just did a drum video, right? You guys probably saw the drum video, or some of you saw the drum video that I did right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And I did it again. Why am I so bad at this? Okay. So you guys probably saw the drum video that I just did. I just put out right here, right? Limelight. And I saw a comment in here, right? First of all, I had a comment from my good buddy who I was stationed in the military with, and he was a guitar player that I played with in the band when I was stationed at Fort Lee. It's when I met good old Gunner. Great dude, great guitar player. I think I actually have a few videos of him that I'll let you take a look at for a second that me and him did way back in the day. But anyways, let me see where someone had said something. Can I call you Neil Peart? And I understand what he's saying. He's just trying to say that it reminds him of Neil Peart or whatever. But my response is nope, because there's only one man, and that is him. And I strive to be a good player like him. But what I'm trying to tell you is that when I saw this, even though I immediately reply, I'm not him, but just even mentioning one of my heroes in a video that I do just motivates me so much to continue to do more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yes, you were first. Technically, you were not first though, because technically I was first. Because if you see this comment right here, I wrote this comment before you had said first. So technically, Coyote, you were not first, but I went ahead and appeased you because it looks like you're like me. You need some appeasement in life. And I wrote second, even though technically you were second. So just saying, know what I'm saying? But yeah. So if you were to go to my channel here and you type in just like say drum videos, I think maybe, let's see. Oh man, there's some old classic videos here. Right there. There's my buddy Gunner. And this is a long time ago, folks. And so I love it. I love it when he comments and stuff like that, because I miss him so much, man. He's one of my good friends. One of those, like, when you're in the military, you meet a lot of people throughout your adventures because you're constantly moving from one base to another, or if you get deployed and things like that, you're moving left and right. So you meet a lot of interesting folks. Some you don't get along with, some you do. He's one of the ones that he's a brother for life. So always loving it whenever I see him comment on something like that. So that was really, really, really fun and cool. I'm trying to do more drum videos, guys. Drumming is my passion. It's what I like. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. Like, if I could join a big band, I would stop YouTube. Like, if I could join like an actual touring kind of band, I probably maybe wouldn't stop YouTube, but I would not do it to the extent that I do it obviously as a full-time job now. But it would be something I would do just every now and then. You probably only see one video a week or two videos a week or something like that. But like drumming is my passion. It's like everything that's inside of me. It's like the ultimate thing. And I don't get to do it anymore. So you have any idea how stressful that is? The only thing I get to do is sit down at my V drum set and just play every now and then. So I'm going to start making more and more videos of me playing songs and doing stuff like that, because it's getting a piece out of me that I 100% love so much. My second passion is what I do here. It's YouTube. It's playing video games. It's having a good time and getting to converse with everybody out there. And I had the perfect job for so long. You know, I was doing military through drums in the Army, and then I was doing YouTube at the same time. And, you know, I was doing them both perfectly. And then I made the mistake, and I will admit that I made the mistake. I would never go back on it, but I made that mistake, and I would continue to make that mistake over and over. I would never change it, because it's led me to where I am now, to have the beautiful girl that I have now, the beautiful marriage that I have now. And I wouldn't take that away for anything. But at that time, I made the choice of saying I was going to do YouTube full time, because it was very, very lucrative and very fulfilling at that time to do it. But then the how do you say it? The landscape of YouTube changed completely in 2017, and it made things so much different. Oh, my little kitty, look. The kitties come here to say hello. See how distracted ADHD is? It's pretty bad. Say hi. Say meow. Say meow. Say meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. That's Sega. And for those of you that have been here a while, you might remember Misty. She was my first daughter, my cat that I had for all of my military career up until I had her for pretty much, unfortunately she got cancer, lost her leg. We hoping it went away, but it didn't go away. It came back the next year. And then, and that was in 2019. So we got Sega right after that to continue on the love that I have for animals. See, I'm the kind of person that, a lot of people are, they fall in love with an animal, that they have for so long. And then that animal, passes away. And then they say, I'm not getting another animal. There's no way I can love like that again. Well, see, I'm the opposite of that. I just have so much love for animals, and that no one will ever replace Misty and the love that I had for her. But I always, always, always want an animal in my life. And I'm not, and I know when one goes, I'm going to go out and get another one, because there's a part of me that wants to love and take care of an innocent, beautiful creature such as cats and dogs. And I will continue to do the best that I can to give them the love that they deserve. So, Nintendo, he passed away and at the end of 2023, my dog. I had him since right after I got back from my deployment in Afghanistan, and he was with me for 12 years. And he got, cancer in his pancreas. And that was a sad day, of course. And we have not got a dog since, but the only reason that we have not got an animal since then is because we can't afford it. And so there has to be a moment where you say to yourself, you might love animals, but if you can't properly take care of that animal, then you're only doing it a disservice to have one. So if I'm ever able to have enough money again to be able to warrant getting another dog, then we're immediately going to get another dog. But until that time, you have to be able to do what's best for all the animals. So hopefully that day comes at some point in the future, because I want another dog so bad. I want another Yorkie, because they just have so much love and they're great. So POW, original Xbox game. Can't see it on. What is POW? So is there like an Xbox game called Prisoner of War? Hey. No. Quit trying to chew everything, little girl. What are you doing? What are you thinking? You think you can just come on here on this desk and just start chewing all my cables? Huh? Is that what you think? Oh, you got your butt up in the air because you like the scratchies? The scratchies are the best, Dad. I love them. I like them so much. POW. I think I have that game, actually. I love that picture of Gunner. I hope he watches this stream and sees me talking about him. Russian blues are awesome, right? I will only have a Russian blue for the rest of my life. And I will only have a Yorkie for the rest of my life. Those are the only animals. And the reason that we go with those animals is because Jen is allergic. She's allergic to every animal. But these are the only animals that she can stand to actually be around. A Yorkie doesn't shed. So therefore, we can get a dog that doesn't shed. And she just tolerates my love of cats. So she's a greater woman than I could ever possibly deserve. So. Yeah, you're so hungry right now. I can tell. You just want Daddy to feed you. That's why you're up here chewing on his cables. Yeah, you like the cables so much you didn't want to chew on them? Yeah. Well, Daddy trying to show something. I think I do have a game, POW. At least I thought I did. Yeah, Prisoner of War, right? I mean, it's not POW, it's Prisoner. Oh. There it is. Prisoner of War. This is the game you're talking about. From Codemasters. For the PlayStation 2. Hold on, why is it doing... Hold on a sec. There it goes. So is this the game you're talking about? Well, it's like I said, we can't have an animal that sheds, so Chapter 1 captured. I don't even know if this game will play. Probably won't. Oh no. I don't forget all the things that she's done on streams, especially Misty. You should have seen what Misty used to do when I'd be trying to record or probably can't hear anything. Hold on. 900 yards. 800 yards.
This flak's getting heavier. We'll only be able to make one pass.
300 yards. 200 yards. Okay, Fritz. Nice big.
Oh no, come on.
Rudder's gone.
No, not that one.
I'm gonna throw up.
Save it for the crowds, JD. She's going down.
Should be out here now, right? Why is it? There it goes.
Hände hoch. Drop your weapon, American.
Easy, Hans. Jackets like this don't come cheap.
Yeah, this is kind of like The Great Escape, right?
Good afternoon, Captain. So good of you to drop in.
Good to see you crowds haven't lost your famous sense of humor.
I think you will find us agreeable hosts, Captain, so long as you, how do you Americans say, keep your noses out of trouble. Now, we have just 3 rules in this camp.
Oh?
Rule 1.
Now you
You
probably
attend
can
roll
hear
call every
the
morning
echo,
and
can't
evening.
you?
If you fail
Let me
to
turn that
report
down.
as required, or you enter an illegal area at any time, the guards will
Hopefully you
find
can't
you
hear
and
the echo
punish
now.
you. Rule 2. You stay clear of the perimeter fence at
Well, here,
all
let's just-
times. The guards have orders to shoot prisoners who stray over the line on the ground.
And rule 3?
I guess you can't skip this cutscene.
Rule 3, Captain, is that you obey
I don't know
all
what's
the
going
rules.
on with all of a sudden since I
Shoulda
started this.
guessed.
I can no longer.
And say I don't like your rules.
Oh, I think you will grow
Yeah, you
to
can't
like
skip.
them,
You can't skip the
Captain.
cutscene.
A day or two of solitary confinement should see to that.
It does. It kind of reminds me of The Great Escape. I have The Great Escape as well.
We saw your plane go down, sir. Are you okay?
Well, I don't figure I'll be sitting down again in a while. Say, is a guy named JD
I
been
am so
brought in
blessed to have
No, sir.
grown
Maybe
up
they've
in the
already
era
taken
of
him to
going
Stalag
through
Luft.
where games
That's
started
where we're all headed eventually.
looking
Oh, yeah?
like
Speak
sprites
for
all the way up
yourself.
to what we have now. You know.
Look, sir, if you ask me, you'd be best off staying out of trouble for now. Fall in with the other prisoners. Get to know the routine. And you might want to drop your kit bag off in Barrack 1. Anyway, gotta see a fellow about some cigarettes. See you later.
Barrack 1, huh? Now, where'd that be?
Oh gosh, it's backwards. Left is right and right is left. And you can't even fix that? You gotta be kidding me. You can't even fix left is right and right is left. Like, who on earth thought this would be okay? You have to go left on the analog stick to look to the right, and right on the analog stick to look to the left if you want to turn your camera around. Who on earth thought that was a good thing? I remember back in the day, man, the controls were just like, yeah, a lot of these games are nostalgic. I never played this one though. Prisoners must assemble at roll call area for inspection.
Good morning, gentlemen. I am delighted to see you all so eager to face the day. Dismissed.
I know. I just like I just like randomly started playing this. That's kind of hilarious. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Are you guys seeing a bunch of white sparkles? Like throughout this? Do you see that? Or am I dreaming that? Do you see a white sparkle right here? Or here? Or am I the only one seeing that? I can't tell. I can't. tell on the other monitor if I'm seeing that or not. I think it's this TV. I think this TV, because it's so old, I think the pixels, when certain things come up on the screen, you can see it. I think it's because this TV is not really meant for me to use it as a monitor. So I see these little white things that are constantly sparking, like white sparks on the TV. And I'm guessing that's like little pixel dots. Like you probably can't, I guess you can't see it. Yeah, I don't. You see, it's gone now. You don't see them. Yeah. You guys can't see them, but I see them. So that tells me that my TV is really not meant for what I'm doing with it, because these little dots everywhere on this. And my guess is that they're little pixels that are not able to handle whatever thing is on the screen. You don't see it all the time. Like I don't see it during this picture, but whenever I have like a black screen, I see it more. And it's just so weird. Like it's really weird. But yeah, I've got all kinds of classic games on here. I mean, so many. Eventually, I'm going to be doing a 007 Nightfire playthrough. We also have 007 Legends to do. I would love to, at some point, do a Buffy the Vampire Slayer one. What else from Xbox? I just heard the news that Capcom just patented something with Dino Crisis. So everyone is getting excited because usually that means they might be coming out with a remake for Dino Crisis, folks. And that'll be so good. Oh, I want to do a playthrough definitely for Enter the Matrix at some point. I mean, so many great games. Headhunters is a unique game. It's kind of like a stealth game. Got the original Mad Maxes. We got the remakes coming, but I just don't know what they're going to do with the voice since James passed away. I don't know if they were able to record his lines before he passed away, or I heard about the Oblivion remake. That is a game that's probably the most exciting Bethesda game for me in a long time. Well, except for Starfield, because Oblivion was the one Bethesda RPG game that I loved and played a lot of back in 2006. So I really did not get into Skyrim at the time. Skyrim came out when I was deployed. I didn't really get into Skyrim as much, but I loved Oblivion. So a remake of Oblivion, I am all for. This was a great game. Oddworld. Did you guys play that? Stranger's Wrath. Did I see the trailer for the new Silent Hill? I haven't looked at it yet. It was Silent Hill F, right? I haven't looked at that trailer yet. No. Red Dead Revolver, the original. Maybe one of these days we'll do a playthrough of that. Run Like Hell, which is a very unique game. I really enjoyed it. Think of like Aliens, kind of, but this epic setting with Lance Henriksen, and really interesting game. But the gameplay is kind of weird, but it's a really interesting game. Run Like Hell. Shenmue series is always great. Sneak King. Do you guys remember this? You got this game at Burger King. So if you went to Burger King, I think there was like 3 different games that you could get. One of them was called Sneak King. And I believe it was on Xbox 360 as well, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been a long time. But those were really kind of fun to play back in the day. Spider-Man 2, I mean, I will say this, even though I like the new Spider-Man games and love them, I still think this game had a bigger impact on me when this game came out. I mean, this puts Spider-Man games on the map. Spider-Man games have always been good up to that point, but this one really, really took it up a notch. Of course, then you got the classic Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, so good. Battlefront, so good. I even really loved Jedi, or not Jedi Starfighter, regular Starfighter. Jedi Starfighter was good too, but it wasn't nearly as good as the regular first one. Superman Returns. I remember playing that back in the day for the 360. Thief, Deadly Shadows, of course. You guys know Thief. I would still love to be able to finish my walkthrough for Thief. The problem is I don't have the save anymore, and therefore I can't. Because I no longer have the save, I can't go to where the mission that I was on, and I was pretty far into the game at that point. So that's what happens when you lose saves and things like that. Of course, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Oh, perfection. Double Agent for Xbox. Ghost Recon series were always fun. True Crime series was great. I always loved playing baseball games back in the day too. And then you got 360, Bloodstone. We did a Bloodstone walkthrough not too long ago. American Nightmare. I love the Alan Wake series. So great. Army of Two. I'd love to do a playthrough of Army of Two. Call of Duty series. I remember when Call of Duty 2 came out. I was blown away. This was a sequel to one of the most awesome games called Black. This one's called Body Count. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to Black. Really, the Black was so freaking good. This one, not as much. Condemned series was really good. I loved Condemned. I loved early Dead Rising series. Gears of War series, I love. Godfather. This one, they kind of strayed a little bit. They made it more talking about rackets and stuff like that. I really enjoyed the original Godfather game. Lollipop Chainsaw. I remember that one. Lost Planet series was really good. Of course, you've got your Master Collection here, or not Master Collection, but the HD Collection. Can't wait for Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid Delta. All right. Silent Hill, Web of Shadows. I enjoyed Web of Shadows. There's the 360 Superman Return. Terminator Salvation's not that bad of a game, honestly. Very simplistic, but Wanted is a very unique game. Curving of Bullets. Wolfenstein was fun. Of course, you got your WWE games. I got a lot of PS2 games on here. Of course, we're eventually going to get to Agent Under Fire. We already did Everything or Nothing and From Russia with Love. We still need to do Nightfire. We already did 007 Quantum of Solace. 24 is an interesting game. Alias is another interesting game as well. They had some, companies took more chances back in the day. They don't take these chances anymore. So you'll never see these types of games again. Blade was really good. There's Black. So it's a really good game. Although the Xbox edition is the one you want to play. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Chaos Bleeds, and of course the Brother in Arms series, really great series. Cold Fear was an interesting game. It was kind of like Resident Evil, but on a ship. It was essentially Resident Evil. What's that series that came out not too many years ago with Jill? Resident Evil I don't even remember the name of it. Remember, you played as Barry's daughter. You played as Jill. You played as Chris. You played as a few different ones, but I cannot remember the name of it. Resident Evil. Oh my, Revent. What is it called? No, these are all emulation games, Jan. These are all games I have, but I don't have the hardware. Doesn't really work anymore on new TVs, so you can burn the games and you can make them run on emulation. I cannot remember the name of Resident Evil. Resurgence, Revengeance, Resident Evil. I think it starts with an R, but I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was called, but the one where it takes place on a ship. But this one was before that, and this game though is pretty similar to Resident Evil. Constantine's a good game, and I have heard that they're making Constantine 2 the movie at some point, so I hope that actually gets made. Cold Winter is a very interesting first person. Revelations, thank you, Angry. Thank you. That's that Revelations. Cold Winter is a good, cool stealth game. I did a video of that not too long ago. Dark Watch was an interesting vampire monster hunter game. I remember the Def Jam Vendetta or Def Jam Icon or those series of games are really Devil May Cry. Driver 3, I know that game failed so hard, but I loved it so much. Enter the Matrix, I already said that one. There's also Matrix Path of Neo or something like that, which is really good too. ESPN 2K NFL or ESPN NFL 2K5, such a great series. Evil Dead games, really fun. Getaway was a very interesting GTA kind of clone set in London, so it was unique. God of War, of course. There's the original Godfather. GoldenEye Rogue Agent, which was definitely a different style of GoldenEye. They just pretty much put GoldenEye in there to sell people to come and play the game, but it was nothing like GoldenEye. It was its own unique story. Gun was a great Western back in the day. Harry Potter, I loved. The Order of the Phoenix and the Half-Blood Prince or whatever that was called. I loved those 2 open world games for 360. They were really good. Indiana Jones games, Emperor's Tomb and Staff of Kings, Killzone, Lord of the Rings. Oh, those were so good. Manhunt. People have been asking me forever to do stealth walkthroughs for the Manhunt series. I will tell you that the only thing that's kept me from doing it is that the games get demonetized instantly. As much as I would love to play this and to do these Manhunt games, it wouldn't be sustainable at all. There'd be no reason for me to do it. I can't just put out videos that don't make any money, that won't get me any ads or won't do anything. If it's demonetized automatically, I can't do it. I have to think of the channel because this is what we do for a living. I would love to do it. If I had, let's say, donations for the game to play it, then I would probably play it at that point and not worry about the demonetization. But I'm not just going to come out and beg people to give me money to play Manhunt. It doesn't make any sense. So you'll probably never see a playthrough of Manhunt just because of the fact that those games, for whatever reason, even though a lot of the stuff is censored in the game, they get demonetized just immediately. And there's Matrix Path of Neo. I'd love to do a walkthrough for that one. That one's such a Medal of Honor series. Mercenary series is so good. Remember we did a playthrough of this about 2 years ago? I think the beginning of 2023. That was the first game on the channel for the start the new year of 2023, I believe. Or it could have been 2024. I don't know. Was it a year ago? Or at some point in the last 2 years, I played Mission Impossible Operation Sumo, which is really good. No One Lives Forever.
What is going on over there?
Another good one called Pilot Down. This is another one of those kind of like behind enemy lines kind of games. Interesting. PsyOps was a good series. Punisher was so good. I think Thomas Jane even did the voice for the Punisher in this. But it's very gruesome, graphic, but it's so fun. Scarface was a great open world game. Shadow Colossus, The Shield even made a game. That was a great series back in the day. Of course, you got your Resident Evils, SOCOM series. I would love to do playthroughs for SOCOM. It's just that the controls are so hard to get back into these days because of how old these games are and how crappy the controllers were back in the day. So it's hard to adjust to play these games. But I would love to do SOCOM walkthroughs. Will I play Doom? I will definitely, most likely, at the very least, do a live stream for Doom. But as far as playing through the whole thing, it just depends. Those types of games always depends on how many people are watching and if people are leaving likes and comments. That's what those games depend on. You know, certain games I'm going to play, like Metal Gear Solid Delta. I don't need likes and comments for that because it's the type of game that I know is going to get likes and comments. The thing is, on my channel, I don't know if a game like Doom is going to be a game watched by a lot of people on my channel. So I don't know as far as doing a whole playthrough, but definitely maybe a live stream. Spy Fiction was a unique stealth game for sure. PlayStation 2 version of Spider-Man 2. The PC version was different. Stolen was a unique stealth game. Siphon Filter, Dark Mirror, and Logan Shadows. These are PSP games, but they were ported over to the PlayStation 2. They're actually really good. And here's the Tenchu series. Everyone loves the Tenchu series. And that's the example I was giving you guys. You know, like you see a lot of gameplay with these games on rooftops. And it just, if you can't be on a rooftop, man, that just takes away the whole purpose. I was a big Tiger Woods fan back in the day. And Tiger Woods Van Helsing was an interesting game. And of course you got your Smackdown series. Here comes the pain! Shut your mouth. PlayStation 3. This is probably the version of 007 Legends that I'm going to do. Because this was the version I did of the walkthrough of GoldenEye that you just saw. So this will probably be the one I do for Legends. Great football game. Love this football game. Dark Sector is a great game. Captain America is actually a decent freaking game. Really good. Fight Night Champion. I mean, probably one of the greatest fighting games. Got your classic football, Metal Gear Solid 4, even Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain for PlayStation 3. And I used to love the 2K series, especially when they got Jordan on it. Pirates of the Caribbean is surprisingly good. Resistance series, love me some Skate. Saw series was actually pretty fun too. And of course you got Vegas. Wheelman is an interesting game with Vin Diesel. Such a freaking classic game right here. And even got a bunch of stuff for... I got all kinds of classic games. Eventually we're going to do playthroughs for a lot of that stuff too, but we got to get through what we got right now, which is, of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I need to get off here so I can do that because it's now 1:31. So I need to get off here so I can do some more because we don't have a lot of time. The embargo hits on the 18th, which is just a few days away. So make sure when you guys check out those videos, watch them for as long as you can, leave likes and comment and you know, let me know what I can do to better this channel and just to better everything. So thank you all for spending some time with me. This was a very random stream. I never said I was going to stream here. So I appreciate you guys being in here and just chatting with me and having a good time. I know I didn't really play any games and that wasn't the purpose of this stream. It was just to enjoy each other's company on a Saturday and let you guys know I'm still here recording, doing all that stuff. Angry, I'll tell you guys all about that stuff whenever the embargo lifts. You know, I can't say too much about it, but what I can definitely say is everyone will be pleasantly surprised. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, everybody. You know, do something nice for those out there, and just be a good person and love. Life is short, so enjoy it. Everyone have a great day. Be safe, and I will see you on the next one. Our next live stream is most likely going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows on Tuesday. So I'll see you all then. Enjoy your day. Peace out.